How's it going, guys? Welcome to the FM Dugout, and we're back with Stirling Albion in the British Steel Challenge. And today sees the start of Season 2. Obviously, last year and last episode, we finished off our first season by winning the League 2 title and getting automatic promotion into League 1. So, 1 out of 35 competitions down. Is it too much to ask to expect anything out of this season? Well, if we take a look at the season preview, I think it probably will be a step too far. We are 5th favourites. I suppose you could say we are 6th favourites to get relegated, but we are 5th favourites for the title. When you look at the size of some of the other teams, we've got Morton, Livingston and Airdrie, obviously the three kind of big teams in this division. We're playing East Fife today, who last year made the playoff final for the championship and lost to Dunfermline, who coincidentally I was looking at very, very closely because they were managerless, and had they lost and got into this division, I probably would have applied. Whether or not I would have got the job, I don't know, but it would have given a better opportunity, I think, of getting a championship at the first time of asking, really, because I think it's going to be a very, very tall order to expect anything, and I think 4th or 5th is probably the best place that we can really expect. So possibly this year it might be a chance to kind of favour the Challenge Cup and see if we can win the second of 35 competitions in this challenge. And last season we managed to make it to the semi-final and lost to Wraith Rovers, who eventually won it, so who knows, maybe that's something we can do. Anyway, if you haven't noticed already, episode 7 has come in 2 parts. I'm trying something different with the format just to give you probably a better feel for how the season's going, because I think before the ticker, it gives you some information, but it doesn't really give you a feel for how the team are performing. So I put together a little highlight reel. Obviously for pre-season I was able to show transfers in and out, but that won't be there every single episode. But I think I'm just going to use that kind of part 1 to give you the information and, you know, things that are going on with the club. Part 2, I'll talk about things if there's anything that needs to be talked about. Otherwise we'll just get straight into the live com. That way it keeps it in 2 separate parts. The size of each is quite small. You can choose which one you like and watch that, or you can watch both. I know my old episodes used to be about 30 minutes long, so I'm trying to kind of keep them shorter, and I think splitting it up into 2 parts will certainly do that. So let me know what you think of that format, whether you think it's going to work, is it something you like, or maybe you've got some other kind of suggestion apart from go away, close your YouTube channel, we don't want to see you anymore. So anyway, yes, part 1 showed the new signings, so you can see there's a couple here, Bruce Anderson and Liam Coogans. I'm actually quite pleased with how the team is shaping up. Unfortunately, one of our new signings, Liam Hegarty, has suffered strained knee ligaments, and he's out for, I think it was about 6 to 8 weeks or something, so he's now still out for 2 to 4. And it kind of forced our hand a little bit into purchasing another player, which was Jack McMillan. Where is he? Jack McMillan, formerly at Motherwell. He was on loan, I think, at Annan last year. Yeah. So he's come in. Basically what I've tried to do here is I've tried to sign youngsters. There's a couple of guys that have got a bit more experience, like Carlo Monti. I think he was formerly Morton and Celtic, was he? Yeah. So try to kind of get a nice blend of players. You can see here I paid 40.5k for Dylan Easton from Clyde. I didn't really expect it to be paying that. I kind of stupidly went in on a pre-contract rather than waiting for him to become a free transfer. But anyway, he looks like a really good player. He's not quite hit form yet, but some of the games we've played so far have been quite challenging. So in terms of the friendlies, just quickly, we had 3 against English opposition, got hammered in most of them, beat Alloa, and at the tail end of last season we played Airdrie and beat them 4-1. Given the fact they're in our league this year, I think that's pretty good going. So anyway, whirlwind tour, let's get into today's match against East Fife and see how we can start off our campaign in Scottish League 1. So this is the way the team is shaping up for today. We've got Hodge, I think, is out. Yeah, Brian Hodge is suspended, so James Lametti will come into central midfield. Still Darren Petrie at left back. New centre back pairing of Liam Gordon, formerly of Hearts, and Stephen Welsh on loan from Celtic. He's not quite got his fitness up. Wasn't able to play him in the other games, but I think he's a really strong player and deserves to be in today. Tom Lang drops to the bench. Jack McMillan at right back, David Craddock, the new goalkeeper. Was it Aberdeen he was at? Yeah, it was Aberdeen. So he's come in. Who else we got? Who else is new? Scott Ferguson getting the nod ahead of Ross Meldrum at the moment, just given the fact I think he has more match experience. We'll see how it goes. Ross Meldrum will certainly give him a run for his money. Dylan Easton in the number 10 role, Carl Monty out wide left, and Liam Coogan's up front. And I think, it gives us a good opportunity to kind of change things around the way that I've got the team now. I've generally looked at this formation as well, the 4-2-3-1 narrow, and I do find that it sometimes helps against teams that have got a more compact midfield. But yeah, this is a favoured formation, so we'll stick with that for today. Also switched around now for looking for overlap, and I've told my fullbacks to get further forward and also try to cross more often, and cross shouldn't actually be from the byline for them, it should be from deep, which I've just noticed. Yep, that's okay for McMillan. So there's nothing else really to go over, so let's get started with the game. I think it's going to be one of these seasons where if things go our way, you never know, it might be a really successful year, but the challenge is not to get promoted, the challenge is to win the league, and I think that will be too far, even if we have a good season. Right, let's see what we can say. Go out there and press, make a difference. Coogan's has done well so far, you'll have seen from the highlights. He bagged a couple of goals. Was it Montrose? It was Albion Rovers. He got both goals in that game. But yeah, here we go. So Lametti for me is a real star player in the making. 16 years old, and he really does look the part. I've also got another youngster, Cameron Thompson, who's come in, who looks quite good as well. Offers something slightly different from Dixon and Hodge, who are just ball-winning midfielders just to break up the play. So far, 12 minutes on the clock and not a lot happening, to be honest. Let's see how our stats are doing. Pass completion is pretty good going here. So we come forward. Easton now holds off two men. Lametti looking for Ferguson, can't find him. Ball's cleared. Austin now picks it up. Two men round him. One back by Dixon. Launched forward. Coogans gets there. How on earth did he put that in at that angle? Quite simply a stunning finish there. And I think that was with his weaker foot. I'm pretty sure he's right footed. As we'll see from the replay here, Dixon just launched it forward. Whether he intended that or it was just a clearance, I don't know. Coogan's just from the tightest of angles slots it home, and an excellent start for us. But here we go again. Could it be an instant reply here from East Fife? Jeez, off the crossbar, and Welsh clears it. I don't know if you've seen from the highlights against Albion Rovers, one of their goals, the goalkeeper just, I don't know what he did. He could have stood and caught the ball, but for some reason he flapped at it in the air. Luckily it didn't cost us any points, even though we didn't make it through that group stage anyway. But yeah, it's going well so far. Apart from the possession, that's a little bit worrying. But then I guess the sort of formation East Fife are playing, they're probably going to have most of the possession, and we'll try and hit them on the counter, as we were going to try doing there. But Monty's lost out. Wilkie out to Brown, over the top looking for Lamont. He's got in behind the defence. One man to aim for in the middle. Austin with a header, and Craddock holds it firm. Decent save there. Probably should have done a little bit better with the header. It was a free header. Given the fact he was the only man in the box for East Fife, I would have expected my defence to do a little better than that. But can't complain too much. Half time, we go in 1-0 up. Lametti's not having the greatest of halves. Sometimes try to talk to people individually, it seems to get a little bit more out of them. But as for the rest, just you weren't bad. Whether or not I'll change formation, I might go to the more narrow 4-2-3-1. We'll see how things go. I don't want to kind of jeopardise our position. The players seem relatively comfortable, although East Fife, 5 shots, 3 in target. They could easily be getting a goal. They've actually changed their formation now to 3-4-3, which will give me a bit of food for thought. I think certainly with the 2 wide players that I have at the moment, we could get some joy going forward. Just have to see how it goes, and there's not really much happening again in this half. Carlo Monti's now got an injury, so in terms of coverage we have Ross Meldrum who can play there, so he'll come in, probably plays our hands into sticking with the 4-2-3-1 wide. Yeah, we're going to have to try Cameron Thompson there as a deep lying playmaker. Sit a little bit further back than Lametti, might give us a little more coverage in midfield. Obviously our midfield usually consists of Dixon and Hodge. I've stuck with them partially because I can't get other players. I tried to get Tom Fry, if people know him. I think he was at Motherwell, but his wage demands were too high. I tried to get Cammy Ballantyne from Dundee United, and again wage demands were too much. Josh Jeffries from Rangers, wage demands too much. There's a definite pattern there. It's East Fife win the ball back from us, and this could be dangerous here. Lifted over the top, Petrie with the header away. Will Easton get there first? He does. He finds Coogan's. Meldrum out wide on the left if he wants to use him, plays it back to Dixon, and really that's just taking the edge off the attack there. It was a pretty poor decision, but it finally gets to Meldrum. Bit of space thanks to the slightly narrow defensive formation. Ferguson with the space, left-footed shot off the post and cleared by Allen. Well, very nearly got a goal there thanks to Meldrum and Ferguson not being marked, given they're playing 3 centre-backs with no full-backs. I do think we are telling them to play down the wings. Yeah, we are. Possibly even tell them to clear the ball to the flanks. To be honest, it's working for us. We could sneak a second, but I suppose we could quite easily lose a goal. 5 minutes to go. Let's see if we can bring on some fresh legs. Probably bring Easton looks a little bit tired, so we'll bring on Bruce Anderson for the final 5 minutes, and hopefully we can ride this one out. Fairly uninspiring victory, but you know that's the way it's going to be sometimes. Corner here right at the death. Surely it's just going to be full time here. Welsh with the header, got it on target, not too bad. But that's surely going to be full time when the keeper launches this up the park. And if it is, that's a pretty good start to the campaign. Considering last year we lost our first game to Annan, I'm pretty pleased with that. It's a fairly new team. 4 out of the back 5 are new, and certainly the entire front 4 are new as well. So it's not too bad at all. We'll let the boys know that was a good win, try to build morale up a little bit, and at the moment we're sitting 3rd. So Morton drew their game, looks like Airdrie drew, Livingston managed to get a win, and Forfar, who came up with us, the good 2 goal difference, a 3-1 win for them against Brecon, puts them top. So nice, not too bad. Let's see, what have we got with Monty? 3 to 4 weeks. Hopefully Meldrum here will be able to step up to the mark. We don't have an awful lot of cover out wide, and that's potentially why I might go to the 4-2-3-1 narrow, as we do have quite a few central attacking midfielders. Just looking at the games here, I'm thinking the Morton away certainly seems like a good game. That gives us 5 games in between. It's a decent gap. So yeah, that'll be the next episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. As I said before, if you like the new format or you have any comments on it, please leave a comment and let me know what you think about it. If you've liked this episode, hit that like button, and until the next time guys, I'll see you when I see you.